Lando Norris, McLaren. A lot of people have criticized Lando Norris, and some have criticized McLaren for taking the decision they took. I think we all need to know that F1 is a team sport, is the team game in which everybody wins. And for you to get a driver to win, you need the cooperation of his teammates and everybody in the garage and the other garage. So for Lando Norris to win a race in F1 or to win a championship in F1, he needs the cooperation of his teammate, his present teammate now, which is Piastri. On Sunday, we saw the way the race panned out. Lando Norris had a slow start. Piastri got it better and was leading from lap 1. Piastri was able to manage his race pace, but on the last stint was unable to manage his race pace. Now, the team had to cover up for him because they're looking at the pace of Max Verstappen because that's their main race. The Mercedes were not their main race. They knew Lewis Hamilton was not going to get closer to them. But if Max Verstappen can overtake Lewis Hamilton, he would close up the gap. That is what they were looking at. So they were looking at Max Verstappen. But unfortunately, Max Verstappen was still trying to get his own race pairing because they were having so many technical difficulties. That's Red Bull during the race. So they had to pit Norris first before they pitted him. So they had to undercut him, which means Norris might be ahead of him by the time he comes into the box and pit like that. So that happened, and they are looking at, okay, for us to settle this, it's still a long season to go. We still have 11 more races to go, and the opportunity of winning the championship is still not clear. Lando Norris, you've won a race. Why not give this guy the opportunity to win a race? The major thing is ending the race 1-2. They've covered Max Verstappen, so ending the race 1-2 is the best thing for them. That will make Piastri happy. So even if they have the chance of winning the championship, that is, Lando Norris have the chance of winning the championship this season, is well ahead of Oscar Piastri. So with what they've done for Piastri, they can one way or the other in other races beg Piastri, give us the opportunity to win this race, which I believe he will oblige. But if they don't care for him now or do anything, he will be reluctant. If you remember what happened between Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez in 2022, let's leave it like that. So I think the best thing is to manage these guys and manage the team and to also boost the confidence and the morale of Oscar Piastri. I think that's why they did it. But I think it took them a lot of begging, a lot of pain, a lot of persuasion to get Lando Norris into compromising and giving Oscar Piastri the race to win. And why? Because no current driver will be leading and will be told, oh yeah, give back the pace, and will easily give it back. Let me be sincere with you. It cannot happen. It can happen, but it will take pain for it to happen because every driver coming to race wants to win the race. And I believe Lando Norris does not also need to make the whole world see how the team will beg him and beg him and beg him over and over again before he relinquishes that position. And also, I believe the team should also have a structure in which they should be able to tell the driver, Lando Norris, give the place back to Oscar Piastri. This is our race decision. Not saying it in a way as if they are trying to beg him or trying to make him. No, there's a team game. You didn't plan it, but if the team principal have to come in or the CEO have to come in, I think somebody needs to just take the bull by the horn. Hey, boy, give this thing back. After the race, we discuss it. Or that is what we want. Case closed. And I think it would work because it helps these young drivers understand that there is a culture in the team, there's a structure, there's respect, and there's this. So it's either you stay there or not. Seriously, it helps the drivers to understand the hierarchy and how the team works, the team dynamics, and how they want to move on. Questions will be asked, certainly, and answers will be given. And some of the answers are, this is why we did this, because we believe it is important for us to do it. So whatever you feel you want to do, you can do it. But the truth has been said. What the team feels should be done had been done. So I think a lot of things need to be done. A lot of structures need to be put in place to make all these things happen in McLaren. And I think McLaren should not be blamed. They are looking at the future because the future is more important. Let's take a scenario. McLaren is a stronger team next season, and they look at it before the beginning of the season that if you have the chance, let's give Lando Norris the victory for the championship because of the car we have and he's leading and this and that. And they're able to work that around and give him the opportunity. Oscar Piastri would have to wait one way or the other because the team now, they can race fairly, no rules. But when they are leading, they need to give one person. So it might be easier for them because the future will always be the future. It will be so easy for them to run this package and make it easier. If one way or the other, one of the drivers does not comply, I think it's going to affect the team's morale. And that is not a good face for the team. So I think the team needs to understand, and I believe they would have had a meeting. The drivers also need to understand. And Lando Norris, this year is changing a little. Last year was not racing Max Verstappen, and I think this year, because they have a stronger car, is racing servicing it. We also need to look inward on how the team can restructure, because to me, the new McLaren team we have now is not the whole team. It's a young team that needs to rebuild and build a strength in their structure around the team and around the driver to make them a championship team. So they need all these things. So when they are strategizing and when they are in the position to win championships, I think it will be easier for the team to win championships, and it won't be strained on the drivers and the team as a whole. So I think that will help the team and grow them. So if you have any questions and any suggestions, you can put that down in the comment section. I love you guys. Bye. Cheers.